Yo, welcome to Newman State of Mind, first episode, and the purpose of this channel, yeah, and this particular show, it's just about me talking about what's going on around us in the social world right now. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, a lot of political, little crazy stuff that's going on in politics, and I think the thing is, at the moment, a lot of us are affected by these decisions that are being made by, the actors that we have in Westminster, the White House, Iran, globally. We have all these people representing us as the masses who are making decisions that they're not necessarily for our best interest, but a lot of us are not questioning these things. And I think we're not realizing the power that we actually have in, creating change. So the purpose of my show is not only just to speak about things controversially so that I can get lots of hits online and, and make a name for myself in that way. It's nothing to do with that. I'm a person of the people. Yeah, my professional background has always been about helping others. It's always been about tackling inequality. I come from a deprived area, or that's what we classify them as. I come from an area where there wasn't a lot of resources when I was young, growing up, and we had to make best of what we had. We had to learn our values from the community that lived around us, the adults that were around us. So for me, I have to give back. I have to challenge these things that I see going on, just because I'm in a better place, for example, financially, socially, personally. Like, just because I'm all right, it doesn't mean that I don't look out, for the wider society and to make sure everything else is all right for everyone else, because if we don't have a good society to live in, period, it doesn't matter how well you're doing. If the outside world is in chaos, you're not going to be able to enjoy yourself either. So that's the main purpose for the channel. The channel is about, me thinking of topics that either concern me or I see concern, the people around me, or just global stuff that I think we should be paying attention to. And regardless if you agree with my opinion or not, that's not the real basis behind, this channel. It's all about me just putting that question in your head. It's giving you my state of mind, what I'm thinking about, and it's more for you to challenge you. What do you think about what I'm saying, and what are you going to do about it, if you're going to do anything about it? That's the purpose of what I'm trying to do, which is why I started off with this controversial subject, stop and search. Right. So my statement is stop and search is possibly the worst anti-crime, anti-gun initiative policy out there. Yeah, for the UK, because I'm from the UK. I know they have stop and frisk in America. I'm not too sure about some of the other countries out there, what they do. But stop and search for me, I thought I'd start with this topic because it's something personal to me and it's connecting to what's going on right now. So we've had a surge in violent crime since the beginning of the year. I think we've had 68 murders in London from knife and gun crime. And that's been crazy. A lot of it teenagers, young people. And a lot of people are, up in arms about it. A lot of people, lots of sound bites, lots of people angry, lots of people talking about it. It's all over the place. Now, one of the things that came out of it was Sadiq Khan, Mayor of London, came out and he said that he's backing any new campaign now to increase stop and search, because he feels this is the most important and the best tool that the police have to reduce knife and gun crime in the capital. Me now, I firmly disagree. Right now, a lot of people they'll either see the title or they'll hear what I'm saying and they'll disagree with what I'm saying. And you lot can come for me. I don't mind. Yeah, I've got broad shoulders, and it's about hearing other people's comments as well. But I'm going to tell you why I think it's the worst policy out there, yeah, to tackle this kind of situation. Number one, right? Stop and search. What does that mean? Stop and search. And I'm saying it in the sense of, I've been on the other end of it. This has been going on for me. This has been going on last, what, 20 odd years? Maybe longer than that. 90s, from the 90s. Yeah, that's when I first came across stop and search. Okay. And as a teenager, on the receiving end of it, I wasn't best pleased with how I was managed in that situation. I felt marginalized. I felt humiliated. I felt it's a violation of my rights. But worst of all, I started thinking it was normal. I started normalizing being stopped and searched by the police. Now, bearing in mind, I wasn't running around with knives. I weren't running around with knives. So when I'm talking to you about this particular topic, I'm talking a bit from the heart, and I'm talking a bit from the intelligence that I've learned over the years as well. Yeah, I'm going to try and balance this out. But I'm showing you from a personal point of view, I felt all of those things. Humiliation, regularly stopped and searched by the police. My original question, what I said to you, what is stop and search? What is it based on? So we're hearing that the police are we're gonna stop people that you think are carrying weapons in order to reduce knife crime. So you want to catch the crime before it happens. I'm all for that. So that's a tick for me, right? Public safety, tick, right? You want to stop criminals before they do stuff. That's what everybody wants. Okay, so let's move to stage 2. How do you determine who's a criminal? And this is the key bit what I'm talking about. This is what I want the average person out there, yeah, to figure out in their head. What does a criminal look like? And I want you to take 10 seconds and just think about that. What are you looking for in a criminal? When you go out into the local shopping centre, you go to your corner shop, what does a criminal actually look like to you? Someone that you can say, that person has a gun on them, that person has a knife on them, that person has drugs on them. You know, how do you determine that? And yeah, you can have some obvious signs, like if you see someone acting a bit crazy on the street and you might smell a particular substance that you've got knowledge about, maybe that could be an indicator. But I'm saying, when it comes to weapons, how are you in a police car without any further intelligence? Because this is the key part of this thing, intelligence. How are you going to drive along a road and determine that I've got a knife or a gun on me? How would you determine that? If I leave my house right now with a knife, put it in my bag, put the gun in my bag as well, and roll out on the street right now because I'm going to go and pop someone, how would a police officer know that I've got that right now? And that's what I want you to ask yourselves. When you're saying, all those that are pro stop and search, I want you to come from that angle. Let's forget the rhetoric from the politicians. Yeah? Let's forget the rhetoric. Let's take the emotion out. When we hear that a young person especially has been hurt by, has been taken, from us. Yeah? We're angry. We're angry. We're sad. We need answers. We need something to happen. I've been there too. I've lost family members. I've lost really good friends to knife crime. Yeah? Close to me. Yeah? It's affected me. I've had knives pulled out on me. I've had a gun pulled out on me. So I'm not one of these people that has been sheltered and I'm talking some madness. I'm talking experience. I'm saying to you, how does somebody determine that somebody's going to go out and do these things without the intelligence? So that's why I'm saying to you, stop and search. I'm standing up at a bus stop right now waiting to go to work, and a police van comes along and decides that they're going to stop and search me. What is the basis that they're going to do that? A group of young schoolboys or girls leaving school, running to go catch a bus, and a van comes and just stops them, puts them up against the wall, goes through their bags, goes through their pockets. Sometimes you have to take off your shoes, and this is happening in front of everybody, that you might be going down the street every single day. This has happened to you. Tell me how the police have come to the conclusion that it's that group of young people. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're a man, you're walking out of Sainsbury's, you know, you're just about to go to your mate's house. You got a bag in your hand, you might have bought a couple of cans of drink. You're going about your business, police car comes over, we want to stop and search you. We've got intelligence, you know, we're led to believe there's a crime that happened here. That's the normal line. There's a crime that's happened here, you fit the description. Okay. But unless it's really you, or unless there's two of you, how are they determining this? And the thing is, the data does not back up the enforcement. The raw data does not back up the enforcement. You know, I want you guys to look online, right? I check police statistics all the time. Because it happened to me so many times. I had to go and educate myself on the law to see what the police can and can't do to me when I'm out. Yeah, so I'm obsessive about statistics, police statistics, and I'll go out and have a look. And what you find with the data is that even if you look at last year's data, 2016 to 2017, you won't really have 2018 stats yet, but that can give you a broad picture of what's going on. If you look at who they're targeting, 4 out of every 1,000 white people will be stopped and searched. Where in comparison, 29 out of every 1,000 black people will be stopped and searched. And that's on the government's, on the policing statistics. If you go look it up, go onto Google or Bing. So I'm not talking, no, I'm gonna make sure I've got the sources on this post, so you can go and check. I'm not just talking some propaganda talk. I'm not talking stuff to rile people up, and I'm not trying to be controversial on purpose. I'm saying go and check the stats, okay? Right? And that's what I'm trying to say. If racial profiling isn't part of this, and this is what I'm alluding to, yeah? If racial profiling isn't part of the reason why this is happening, or furthermore, if this is not how police are using their powers to try and, you know, meet this target, and there's not a perception that it's all those people that are doing these things, how else are they getting the intelligence? You know what I'm saying? Because if they're getting intelligence about particular crimes that's happened, like you did it, or I've got a reason to believe that you've got weapons, really and truly, the success rate, the effectiveness of stop and search should be up in the 80% region. 85%. You should be there in terms of stopping someone, they've got a weapon, bang, take them away. The data does not show that. The data does not show that. And I'm gonna challenge anybody who watches this post. Just go on, yeah, go onto facts and figures, yeah. Policing facts and figures, stop and search, yeah. I'll put the link on. Just check it. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool for being on the other side of it and seeing this throwback policy come back into play. You know, for me, 20 years on, I'm not cool with it. I'll never be an advocate for stop and search. Yeah, being someone that had been stopped and searched over 30 times between the ages of 13, 14 to about, no, till even now. Yeah, over 20 year period, 25-year period. Yeah, I think I've lost count. I've lost count how many times I've been stopped and searched. And my thing is this: you're gonna get people out there who are gonna say, yeah, but you know, for those who they do stop and catch them, that's good. You know, that's good. We have to do something. Okay, that's cool, but I ain't got no knife. Why should I be violated for the sake of you might catch someone else later on down, you know, in that day? Why should I be violated? Yeah, so I'm just challenging you guys. Like, I'm just saying, imagine, you know, your mum, your dad, whoever, regularly being stopped and searched. You know they don't carry weapons. You know they're not involved in any skullduggery, any funny business. But for the sake of them catching a few other people, who do carry weapons, they should be stopped and searched. And when you get stopped and searched, listen, how many of you would like somebody to go through your pockets? You know, pat you down, go through your pockets, open your purse, open your wallet, pull everything out. You know, put you up against the wall, pat you down. You know you haven't got anything. I'm not talking about the criminals now. People who are hardened criminals who go and do certain things and they know they're about that life. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the average person who is just minding their business, doing what they're doing, paying their taxes, chilling out, just cool. Like, we're saying that it's okay that you're treated like that and you're marginalized like that. I don't care what anybody tells me. There has to be better ways to do it. There has to be better ways that you can do this, you know, police this situation than stop and search. And nobody will convince me that it's a good way. Being on the receiving end of it. No one can convince me of that. No one can convince me. I have not had any compensation for being stopped and searched. I have not had any therapy, any nothing from the police. You get stopped and searched and you get told to move on. But you have to carry that with you that day, that month, for the rest of your life. And you lot might think it's not a serious thing to be stopped and searched. But I tell you, be stopped and searched. People who are being stopped and searched, they're not laughing about it. They're not laughing about it. And like I said, if you're one of them people and you're about that life, so be it. But I'm saying police have to find the intelligence, proper intelligence, to know that if you go for them people, you're going to come up with a result. I think random stop and search is just out of order. I'm not an advocate for it. I never will be. And I don't think it's a solution for knife crime and gun crime. It's in the capital. I live in London. We've got loads of problems here. And there's loads of reasons why there probably is knife crime and gun crime. But stop and search is not gonna reduce it. It's not gonna tackle it. It's not gonna make things better. What you will do on top of that is you will alienate people within those communities. So when you do want intelligence, you're not gonna get it. Because if people are feeling marginalized and they're feeling like, well, you've put me in that category with them. Yeah, I might live next to someone who might be doing certain things, but I'm not that person. So I don't deserve to be treated like that person who is not doing certain things. And again, if you're blanketing a particular type of people, a particular race of people, because one or two do certain things, there you go. That's what I'm saying. They are the flaws that I see within this policy. So I'm just saying, this is my opinion. I'm just saying to you, as a person who's watching this episode, and hopefully you'll be following my channel, it's just to think about what I'm saying. Just think about it from that perspective, not from any other perspective. Wherever you are right now, think about 4, 5, 6 officers stopping you right now. You go out for lunch, yeah? You go get a sandwich, right? You're going to your mother's house. You're going to go buy some shoes, right? And a riot van comes up to you. 5, 6 officers block you off. We want to stop it. We want to give us your name. Something's happened over there. We think it's you. Stop. We want to stop and search you. Just tell me how you would feel. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, post your comments below. I mean, if you're someone who's been stopped and searched and you think it's good, because I'm talking from my experience, I'm not happy about it. Maybe there's people out there that disagree with me who have been stopped and searched and they think it's great. You know what I mean? I'm not in that place. So, you know, you're going to have to work with me on that one. But someone tell me. And my whole thing is solutions now. So solutions. Obviously, it's a very complex situation. Knife and gun crime is very complex. But I think part of the solution, obviously I haven't got the answer. If I had the answer, I'd be out making this happen. Like right now. And it'd be stopped. I don't have the full answer. But what I would say is part of the solution, yeah, and it's got to be a multifaceted approach. It's not one, because it's not one thing, right? Poverty is massive in this. right? You got people who are living in areas where they're in squalor, they're struggling, right? And it's, before anyone says anything on that side, I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm just trying to set the scene why some of these things might happen, right? You got people living in circumstances where they just don't give a damn, yeah? They will do whatever it takes to survive each day, to put food on their table each day, to eat each day. So you got people who don't care. They're not necessarily going to abide the law. They're not frightened to go inside. They're not frightened to hurt someone, right? So if we can somehow alleviate those challenges they've got in their lives, you know, financial, you know, employment, you know, big thing, education, right? And I'm talking about education in the sense of teaching people how to navigate through this system, through this life. We live in a system. We live in a system that is set up in a way for certain people to prosper, and then there's just others that you have to find a way how to make it. You know what I'm saying? We get all these funny catchphrases like, you know, drag yourself up by the bootstraps, all this other stuff, right? That all this cliche stuff that it applies to some people. Some people can do that. But there's other people who are starting way back, and they can't necessarily do that right now because their house isn't in order. You know, there may be mental health issues in the household that they have to tackle that first before they can even do anything with the employment side. You know what I'm saying? The school system is not right. For example, we've got young people who are taught different kind of curriculums. You know, I've gone into certain schools and certain kids are being taught economics and how the stock market works and supply and demand, the relationship. Go to another school, they're not learning all that stuff. When they come out, their aspirations are not maybe as high, or they're not choosing things that is going to connect them with the world as quick as the ones over this side who already know, yeah, I'm going to do this, or a pathway has been already etched out for them. So when they leave school, they're already gonna slide into another position. We don't talk. We're uncomfortable to talk about these things. You know, in truth, we're uncomfortable to talk about these things. We know it's happening, and people talk about it in other arenas. And when you shout it out, you're labelled as a conspiracy theorist. But we got to stop being uncomfortable about talking about what's really going on out here. Right now, it's a battlefield where it's being set, where we've got elites in one area, and you got everyone else over here fighting to try and get over to this side. And then you get all these other things being put into play, immigration, all this other stuff, to make us clash against each other. And this is what's happening at ground level. When we're going back to what I'm talking about, knife crime and gun crime, the reason why we have these neighborhoods that are like this, because everybody's fighting for a position. And then what you've got is obviously certain people are moving in areas where maybe it's not safe, and they're thinking, right, I heard this person's carrying, I'm going to carry. Not because I want to hurt someone, I'm going to carry just to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just setting the scene for you from what I know, from experience, from growing up in it, and from young people I've worked with, and from families that I work with. I'm just passing this information on. Again, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. Again, you might think I'm talking a whole load of rubbish. I can only tell you my truth. I can't really do much more. But I'm saying to you, this whole thing is multifaceted, and we have to have a we have to have an approach that is coming from different ways. It's not one thing on how to solve this situation with the knife and the gun crime. You got to look at supply. Where's the supply coming from? Where's the supply coming from? We have to start questioning all these things. We can't keep saying it's grime music, it's rap music, it's those black kids. You know, Glasgow used to be the knife capital. Let's get the race thing out of the, throw that out. You know what I mean? It's not a race thing in that sense. Everybody is affected by knife crime. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've got Brooke Kinsella who's out there, I mean, she lost her brother, from what I remember. I've worked with her foundation before. I've met her. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just a black thing, which is what a lot of people, again, try to paint in the media, right? All of us are affected by this. We have to throw that out and work out, drill down, what is really going on here? What is really going on? Education. Location. Right? Economics. Poverty. All of those subjects. Plus more. Plus more. Right? What we have to do is start coming together. And I'm not talking about just at the, protests and, I'm talking about coming together as a community. We have to start properly tackling stuff as a unit together. The police are only going to be able to do so much if the community come together. The politicians have to stop the lip service. Right? And do stuff, not just talk it. Got to do stuff. Got to put... Youth clubs have been cut. That's not a sole reason, but it's part of the solution. It's not a coincidence that 2009, the Tory government cut a whole load of money out of the youth service. Right? Cut a whole load of money out of the police service. Took a whole load of money out of health, the health budget. So people with mental health are not getting treatment as well. And then we have this surge. Again, don't take what I'm saying as gospel. Please look it up. Okay? Look up all of this information. You will see it. Alright? I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm coming with data. You see the thing with me? My professional life, I've worked with the government. I used to work with the Department of Culture, Media and Sport. I used to work for the Big Lottery Fund. I've worked in multiple housing associations. I used to work with the Secretary of State. I'm not just some fly-by-night person who just watching, Sky News and then I'm reciting stuff, regurgitating information. I study this stuff and I still study it now. I'm always on the data, the stats. That's because you want to make sure what you're saying is credible. Yeah, you want to make sure what you're saying is credible so you can stack it up and you can say, this is my opinion and this is why. This is why. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. So I'm saying to you, yeah, it's not a coincidence that we've had all of these public cuts and then we have a surge in all this kind of activity and behavior. There is a connection. Okay? And people are uncomfortable to talk about it, but I'm not. Yeah? So we have to start coming together. We have to find financial solutions that help the people that are less well off at the moment. We have to start supporting each other. We have to start knocking on the neighbours. We have to start talking to the kids. We have to stop being afraid to talk to the kids. We have to stop pretending that we don't see stuff, right? Kids on the buses, not carrying themselves properly, not having manners. Not having respect. We need to call them up on it. Otherwise, they're not going to know any better. You know what I'm saying? We've got to stop protecting our kids who are messing about and we know what they're doing. We need to stop that. We need to stop taking money. If our kids are out on the road shotting, we need to stop that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many things we need to stop as the adults. Yeah, so like I said, I could go on and on about this, but yeah, my whole thing is just to put the message out there, get a conversation going, and message me below if you wanna work on if you wanna come up with some solutions, or you wanna set up an event or something that we can do together. To try and tackle this problem. I think a lot of this is down to economics and education and self-worth. Young people are not. The values are not being pumped into them how when I grew up. You know what I mean? When I grew up, values were a big thing. It was a big thing. We didn't all follow the rules. We didn't all listen to our parents. But there was a benchmark. There was a benchmark of what you should be doing in public, what you shouldn't be doing. What would be accepted, what shouldn't be accepted. I feel we're in a place where, yeah, it's like all the ratchetness is cool, and I don't understand it. So, you know, like I said, this channel, you know, is about me putting the questions out there for you guys to think about it. It's not even necessarily about me. You don't have to put comments below. You don't even have to subscribe. I want you to subscribe. I want you to follow. But if I can even make 2 people have a conversation about what I've said, whether they agree with what I say or whether they disagree with the whole thing, you know, if I can get that conversation started, I've done my job. You know, I've done my job. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing. No one's paying me. I've got no advertised sponsors. Yeah, I'm just doing it because for me, I've got a voice. I speak to a lot of people out there. I want to get my voice to a wider audience because I think lots of us are having these conversations, but we're doing it in isolation. I think we need to talk, and stop being uncomfortable about it. You know, stop being uncomfortable, but at the same time, stop people putting out certain narratives about this particular situation, gun and knife crime, right? I'm going to repeat it. It's not a black or white thing. This is everyone. Some people are trying to paint it like it's one group of people that's doing all the stuff out here. Yeah. And that's important for me as well. My thing is to squash them stereotypes. Yeah, because I'm sick and tired of it, to be honest. I'm actually sick and tired of it. I hear people with the murders that have been happening in London, for example, because I'm based in London, right? I mean, people, you know, oh, it's black on black crime. Let me tell you all something right now, and anyone that doesn't agree with what I say here, come for me and prove me wrong, right? There's no such thing as black on black crime. Yeah, I'll say it again. There's no such thing as black on black crime, right? You have crime by proximity, yeah, but not black on black crime. Because if you would even go further, what is black on black crime? Tell me that. Someone post it up. Someone message me. Tell me what black on black crime is. Why this crime is different from any other crime. If I shoot you today, I'm a black man shooting after someone. I'm a person shooting after someone. Does it matter who the bullet hits? Does it really matter who the bullet hits? I've just killed someone. You know? A white person killing a white person is just crime. But a black person who kills someone who might be in the same proximity, who therefore you'd have more of a chance of having a problem with that person, it's black on black crime. What, do we have different bullets? You know, is our blood blue or something? Got different organs popping out? Like, you know what I'm saying? We need to stop saying that. Black people need to stop saying that. Other ethnic groups need to stop saying that. Yeah? It's very annoying because if a Chinese man kills someone, you don't say it's Chinese on whatever crime. You don't say it's Israeli crime on, you know, have you heard someone say Jewish person on Jewish crime or Jew on Jew crime? You don't ever hear that. You know, you don't hear anybody say that. But black on black crime, it puts it in a place where people straight away, oh my God, you know, all black people, they're, you know what I'm saying? And it's very, very, very clever how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Very clever. Yes, some of our music does not help. Yeah, it does not help the message. Some of the music we have does not help maybe. Yeah, the hip hop music, certain grime artists, not all grime music and not all hip hop music. Yeah. But let's not get this thing twisted, yeah? Don't try and polarize it. And that doesn't represent the whole culture. It doesn't represent the whole race. So enough of that nonsense. And I'll say this on a lot of my videos, yeah? And if another incident happens between 2 black people, I'm going to say it again. Stop the nonsense with this black on black crime thing. It does not exist. And if you think it does, just hear this. What other ethnic group do you hear categorizing their crimes like that? And that is it. You know? It's annoying. So annoying. Really, really gets on my nerves. You know, really gets on my nerves. So we got to stop that as well. That's one of the main things we have to end that nonsense, man. End that nonsense. A crime is a crime. You know what I mean? If a man stepped to me now, I don't care where he's from, right? I got a problem with him, and it's a crime. It's a crime on me. I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna be sitting down. Yeah, I think, you know, it's an Iranian guy that hit me, and that makes the crime different. You know what I mean? Madness. But yeah, we need to stop that. So that's what I said. This channel, and I've rambled on a bit. I was supposed to finish this about 10 minutes ago, but this is what this channel is. It's raw. It's just me talking. It's what's in my head. It's my state of mind. Yeah. Right now, this is one of the hot topics out there, and I just want people to have the conversation, but come from a very, what's the word? You know, not soft, but just come with a broad perspective of how to tackle this, man, and take your prejudice out of it. You know what I'm saying? We need to have more mentors in the community. We need to start with the young people. They're not the only ones that are affected by this, but we need to nurture our young people to teach them that's not the way forward. You know what I'm saying? And if we can get to them, and then we get to the 20-somethings, and then we get to the 30-somethings, some of us parents need to be reprogrammed. You know what I'm saying? Some of us need to be reprogrammed. We ain't doing the right things as well. But it's a multi-approach. You know what I mean? It's all of us. All of us. Yeah? Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming other races. We have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? I've lost too many people to this thing. You know what I mean? To this knife crime nonsense. Gun crime nonsense. Right? But it's a multi thing. I can't get the word out today, but it's all of us. It's a multi approach. We have to come with it from that. So yeah, man. Yeah, this particular subject is close to my heart, so that's why I've been kind of rambling on a bit. Yeah, I'm just hoping someone follows like this episode right to the end, and you haven't switched off. So if you're still with me, on this, just drop some comments below. Let me know what you think. Let's continue the conversation online. Maybe I can do a follow-up and see if we come up with some positive solutions. I've got some, and I've been working with some other people to implement them. But let's come together on this, man, and work, man. I'm sure most of us have been touched in some way with some kind of violent crime at this moment in time, and you know, we've got the solutions in our hands and in our heads. We have to use what we got. You know what I'm saying? And not just because we're in a better place. Some of us are in a better place. We turn our back. We turn away like that's nothing to do with me until it hits you directly. Then you want to come out. Let's not do it like that. Let's look after everybody regardless. You know what I'm saying? You know? But that's me wrapping up this episode now. I'll put the sources for the stop and search because that was my original conversation. Yeah, I'll put the sources. Please look at the reports and just look at the stats and see what I'm saying. It's the worst policy out there, man. It is not a good policy. It marginalizes. It's racial profiling at its worst. You know what I mean? It's a horrible, you know, there's other ways we can do this. You know what I mean? Police, do the same. Send me, if there's anyone from police, you look at this episode, send me a message. Yeah, and you can hit me up. I'll leave my Instagram, my Twitter. You want to comment about the show? You want to talk about any other subjects? Let me know. You know, even if you don't like what I've said, you know, hit me back, man. Yeah. But this is Newman State of Mind, and I will see you soon. Next episode, I'm gonna drop next week. Yeah. Peace.